Alright, Shalom, Shalom, first foremost, I'm say Kalai Moyo, Bashim Yosha, Bashim Akakwadash. The ones, the elders, and apostles agree most known GMS. They do rule and teach well. Those are men I've learned the truth from. I don't deal with any of these other Israelite camps. The only reason I watch you guys is just so I can rebuke you. I don't learn from you guys. I don't learn from Sakari or fucking IUIC or any of these other guys. You know. Without further ado, I want to get into this video. It's going to go into like a lot of details. Right, Vice v. Brooklyn's Voodoo Queen Ellen St. Armand. Right, it's going to go into like a lot of details about this shit. Jake in the Caribbean be doing, Jake from Haiti be doing, Levi be doing. This is a lot of their goofy shit. It's gonna go into basically what I really want to get into is basically how in the lead up to the Haitian Revolution, the Levites basically summoned the demon that pretty much told them to pop off, and all that. I'll go pull scriptures and things like that, and I also want to, talk about how, man, these people, when you worship these other religions and these rituals and stuff, they literally do summon demons and communicate with them, so, we're going to go through it, I'll give precepts, through the Rakah Kodash, through the Holy Spirit. And for this, just let the video play, and I'm gonna, interject. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. You can watch the whole thing on your own time, but watch like the first 2 or 3 minutes or so. No cutting as necessary.
The Antichrist is coming.
Hi, it's Thomas. We're in East New York outside a basement voodoo temple run by a priestess named Mama Edeline. Tonight she's going to be summoning the same fire.
Alright, in the beginning of the video, you show the pregnant mother and your voice says the Antichrist is coming. There is no Antichrist. There's no mythological being or some sort of being that's going to be born that's going to kick off the end times. That does not exist. Antichrist just means that anyone who is against Yahushua HaMashiach. Okay, so these other camps out here, they're Antichrist. Right? Esau, Edom, they're Antichrist, right? You got certain of these camps, they don't use the name, all these camps are in a completely wicked vibration, like Sakari and them holding guns, and they got drill rap. I think I stumbled upon that yesterday. I don't know. I was watching I'm gonna rebuke those guys again too, man. Sons of Thunder. I was looking at their page and they had a Passover thing. I'm gonna wrap this up. I don't want to talk too long. I'm gonna get to the video and then get to the scriptures and everything, right? But Sons of Thunder, they had a promo for their Passover, and they said you can RSVP and you have to make sure you wear black and gold. Make sure your women wear black and gold and your children wear black and gold. I mean, that's a family get together, You're not supposed to have just anyone appear at at the Passover. You got to be proven to enter the Passover. It's not just for anyone. So it means you can have a Satanist, you can have all kinds of people up in there, man. And that's not the way you're supposed to be. So just email me and RSVP. And I assume at that point you're probably gonna give them your information, your ID or something. So I don't know, man. That seems like some real cop behavior, to be honest, man. But yeah, let's go back to the video. Why did I bring that out? Guess I lost my train of thought, but there was a reason why I brought that out.
Fiery spirits that helped the Haitian slaves overthrow their French masters in the early 1800s. Maybe this will kick off something fiery for us. Hi, it's Thomas. We're in East New York outside a basement voodoo temple run by a priestess named Mama Edeline. Tonight she's going to be summoning the same fiery spirits that helped the Haitian slaves overthrow their French masters in the early 1800s. Maybe this will kick off something fiery for us.
You know, you think about that too. I think it was Apostle Paul that wrote this, let your woman keep silent, in the churches. Because in these false religions and things like that, these other philosophies, they do allow females to have leadership over men, spiritual mother, the guiding mother, stuff like that, female elders who have positions of power over men. You're only going to lead yourself into confusion. Females are, more emotional. This is facts. We know that even with, female soldiers, it causes a lot of contention because, they'll start to get in relationships with the men, and then it becomes a big, issue. And then you get jealousy, and then you have fights, and you have chaos, so no, and that's what's that no female over you. An older female should be over. A female can be elder over the other woman and teach the other woman, but not elder over no man. She be older her children, but not over no man.
Maybe this will kick off something fiery for us. Voodoo started in Haiti as a clandestine way for African slaves to practice their traditional religion. When the French tried to force Christianity down their throats, the slaves simply took the major spirits, or Loa, and matched them with the Catholic saint they most closely resembled, then pretended to worship those guys instead. Do you have to know a spirit for it to possess you? Do you have to ask it to?
All of us on earth, we are spiritual somehow. The spirit likes you, you want to live in you, you get possessed by the spirit.
Is it possible I'll be possessed by one of these spirits, or will...
And I believe Santeria, that's basically the same thing. They take a Catholic saint, it's basically, like a form of voodoo, but basically hidden over Catholicism, which Catholicism in itself has ties back to witchcraft anyway. Like they have you worship and pray to saints and things like that. And those long candles, those big candles that you see, hold on. Give me a second. We're going to look this up right now. Alright, so you see these candles right here. Santeria. Yeah, roll the R. Santeria. I'm not Hispanic. I'm got zero Northern Kingdom blood in me, man. I'm like 100% Southern Kingdom, right? So you see all these candles here with the long candles, and they have the fire on it. That all goes back to Santeria, and I've been kind of looking up some stuff about it, man. These guys, they're big on the candy. They offer up candy offerings to their gods, So when you see these areas, just be aware. If I see stuff like this around like a supermarket or inside a woman house, I don't know, man. I might have to dip out. I mean, it's like, oh hell nah. Hell, even like a lot of Northern Kingdom jakes into this stuff. They'll even tell you themselves that shit is demonic. They know shit is wicked. Yeah, but all that stuff here, fucking rituals and spells and shit. This shit is real, man. They would be worshiping demons. You know, look at this. Look at this confusion. Woman teaching this stuff. You know, but we only get into this stuff to tell you people to stay away from it, to show you how fucking wicked this shit is. We're not getting ourselves involved with this fucking madness, man. Yeah, look at that. Praying to saints is demonic. 100%, man. And plus, people reincarnate, so praying to someone, you're not going to hear you, bro. People reincarnate. When you die, you reincarnate. You know, so that praying to your ancestor stuff is a bunch of baloney. You're actually wasting your time. Like, get up and stop that stuff, bro.
I don't know, it's depend on them.
In Haiti, a divine spirit is called a Loa.
There are 121 Loa in the voodoo universe. Tonight's mass was focused on summoning the Petros, fire spirits, to possess or mount their people in the room. Then to let them speak through their bodies and offer advice and blessing.
Possession is the psychic phenomenon which occurs when the divinity becomes manifest. There are many subtle gradations of salutation, and these indicate the relative authority of the persons involved.
The first possession of the night was Ogun, the same Lo summoned in the lead up to the Haitian Revolution, and actually the spirit who told the slaves they should revolt. Ogun is a warrior spirit, a heavy smoker and rum drinker, and associated with fire and iron, so when he mounts a person it usually leads to a lot of machete play and burning things, including money, which practitioners offer him from their pockets for luck. This may seem to us like a bunch of voodoo rum talk, but the day after our ceremony, one of the women in the room played the lottery using the visible numbers from the half-burnt bills on the floor and won $500. So there you go.
Yep, that stuff, it works. You know, but that's spiritual power on the left-hand side. You know, remember Moses, you know, and the magicians of Pharaoh, you know, they turn the serpents, staffs into serpents and things like that, man. You know, the spiritual power on the right hand trumps the spiritual power on the left hand, you know, every time. Alright, so I just looked up about demonic possession. We can just go into this one. There's so many. Let's look at Matthew 17. And, yeah, verse 15. Have mercy on my son, for he is lunatic and sore vexed. He oft time befall to the fire, and often to the water. Right? And I believe you go into that word lunatic goes back with the moon. People used to go crazy with the moon. But it just goes back to demons. Give me a second. We can go look at that word lunatic. You know, it's important to have that, you know, to have that drive and to like want to look into these words, you know. And there's just something to be said to just be, you know, honestly working towards, you know, the truth. You know, honestly, something to be said to be working honestly towards anything, or anything that's worth doing. Anything that's not crime, anything honest, you know, special, just to be working honestly towards something. Moonstruck, or lunatic, to be epileptic, epilepsy being supposed to return and increase with the increase of the moon. This meaning is doubtful, as the Greeks knew nothing of epilepsy, right? So it's doubtful, you know, doubtful that it means epilepsy, but the kid was tweaking, you know, as Jake likes to say. But this stuff is very real. You know, these sicknesses and people bugging out, like on the train, you see people talking to themselves. You know, man, it seems like every time I go out to camp and I'm on my way, I see at least one homeless dude just like bugged out of his mind, man. You know, we move into them end days and in the city. You know, a lot of those resources are, you know, kind of running out, and they just letting people go. all the homeless shelters are fold up, and I know this about one hospital, that they closed, that they're just letting patients out, mental health patients out. Now, I don't want to tell you which hospital. I don't want to make any connections back to me, and this family member that works at a hospital. But, one hospital is kind of close by. They're letting people out, and the people are just bugging out, they're hopping on a train, and they're just sitting there all day, right? And they're bound to the disciple, and they could not cure him. Yahshua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. Right, you faithless and corrupt people, how long must I be with you? How long must I put up with you? Bring the boy here to me, right? Because he couldn't put it out because his faith wasn't strong enough, right? You see here, you have to have enough faith. And, that's not, this person here, this kind goeth not out, but by faiths, by prayer and fasting. But all that is very true. There's certain demons, there's certain ailments, that's not gonna go away unless you, start to fast, and you get into that, because all the illnesses are all caused by demons anyway. Fasting, even if you fast like most of the day, can, kind of help you, with your illnesses, and of course we know it's a tool to afflict yourself. We know we're coming to those days where food will be scarce, water will be scarce. So by fasting now, you kind of, by fasting now, you kind of accustom yourself to that trauma and to that, to pretty much being uncomfortable, because the society is all about comfort, not about, just kind of, having grit, if the society was all about grit and all about, endurance, then, it would be a much more masculine society. But then again, a Edomite-run society wouldn't be a masculine society. America's never been a masculine society. He had the long, fluffy hair and shit. That's not manly. Worshiping a, false image of, the Messiah, who they called Jesus. Long hair, and it's never been masculine. Shaved face. Come on. Then Yahushua rebuked the devil and departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour, right? But what these people are doing here is that they're bringing the demons right on them. They're bringing the demons right onto themselves. It reminds me of the demon that straight up, there was a demon that, it was written in Acts. There was a demon, I think, that, these two Jakes, they couldn't get the demon out. They were wicked Jakes. They couldn't get the demon out. And the demon basically, beat the shit out of them. Because demons can make you violent as well. There'd be certain spirits created for vengeance. And that's what these people are conjuring up. And that's what Levi conjured up before the Haitian Revolution. That demon called Ogun that basically, told them what to do. This is your time. This is how you got to do it. I don't know why I paused it again. We can go here and get this. This is the book of Jeremiah 49, verse 5. Simeon and Levi, brethren, instruments of cruelty in their habitations. O my soul, come not thou unto the secret assembly. Mine honor be not thou united. From the anger of the soul of man and the self will dig down a wall. Right, so the secret assembly is the witchcraft, which, they both get into it. I believe Santeria came out of voodoo. But basically, this is what we're seeing here. And typically, this stuff is secret, but they got it on the internet. But this is the type of shit that they get into. It's like I'm not gonna spoil it. I don't think they talked about it yet, but there's gonna be more stuff revealed. But the second part is talk about what the rape with Dinah. Right, cursed be the anger, for it was fierce, and the wrath for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. Right? Alright. Let's go here. Just a little bit more. Yep. So the cruelty in the habitations is that left-hand spiritual power. And there's different stuff that you can kind of get into here. You can kind of copy if you want. Yep. Be on or be not divided. Dominicans and Haiti are divided. There's a river that divides Haiti. Divides DR and Haiti. And the spirit dislike each other, don't acknowledge each other as brethren. Right, the Massacre River. Right, and pretty much from the English Suleiman, the stuff what they did down the wall. When they do get together, they do damage, as they did to the Hamites. Right, scatter them in Israel, try to scatter amongst each other, but you can still pinpoint them through the prophecies. Absolutely, right. And now we know that what is it, Amos 9:11? The tabernacle David is built up. It starts with us now. But once the kingdom was set down in place and everything, which as I said before starts with us now. Levi and Simeon, they don't have that anger. They're not gonna have that anger between each other. The tribes aren't gonna have that rage towards another. Like the Northern Kingdom versus Southern Kingdom, Northern Kingdom Jakes versus other Northern Kingdom Jakes. Like I think, was it Guatemalans or something don't like Mexicans, or Argentinians don't like Mexicans or some shit I remember hearing. But different Northern Kingdom Jakes don't like other ones, And then you got Jake here in America. You'll see from time to time, so-called Black Americans, Judites. They may not hang with Haitians and say, man, I don't fuck with them Haitian niggas, man. Stuff like that. And it goes back and forth, which I don't mess with none of you. If you're not in the truth, I don't mess with any of you, because Haitians in the world are fucking crooked. Northern Kingdom Jakes in the world are fucking crooked. Judah in the world is fucking crooked, and all y'all niggas are fucking crooked. If you're not in the truth, I'm not fucking hanging with you, man. Stay the hell away from me. I'm not going to your house. I'm not going to your baby shower. No, we're not gonna catch a workout together. No, I don't want to eat with you. Stay the fuck away from me, alright? If you don't believe in these scriptures, I'd rather not even talk to you, to be honest, but I gotta coexist with you. But, besides that, I really would pass. I would rather pass. There's nothing we have to talk about, hold on. Give it a second, it's loading. Probably gonna run into an ad.
Fun fact, there's a vending machine at the peak of Mount Fuji. It's true. There's like 5 million of them in Japan.
Burnt bills on the floor and won $500.
In possession.
So life and death become one and the same.
Next up was Gede, which are actually a whole family of Lo, headed by Papa Gede, the first person who ever died. The Gede are fertility spirits, which explains the penis staff and why their signature dance, the banda, looks like an even hornier version of twerking.
Yeah, that's probably where it comes from, to be honest.
The Gede also watch over the graveyard and the dead, which they put powder on their face to resemble.
I don't drink, I don't smoke. But if I'm possessed by Ogo who can drink a bottle of rum, I will not smell like rum after that. Gede will come and smoke. I believe I will not get cancer from Gede smoking.
Right.
Just bow my body to smoke.
The spirit currently mounting Mama Edeline is Mambo Zila. Her sort of human mortar and pestle floor dance is called Pil Fe, which means the crushing of the leaves. In fact, the herbs they're crushing on her stomach right now will later be used to make the protective bath.
It is protection against everything, against getting sick, getting shot.
Can you tell me a little bit about being possessed by spirits? How does it feel?
Hey yo, why that nigga got his fucking butt in there? What is this nigga doing, bro? This nigga's catching back shots. What is he doing? Hey yo. But yeah, this is you know what? This is how you know it's all demonic, man. People when they go to these parties, these same spirits be fucking hopping on them, and they be doing the same shit, same moves. Niggas fucking twerking in the air. Niggas taking fucking imaginary back shots. Like, nigga, if you don't get your ass up off the ground, you know. But you know, the stuff that our people are into, and that's why Haiti gets earthquake. There's another article I read. It talks about Haiti made a blood pact with the devil. You know, and they basically pretty much go over the same stuff, but that's all true. You know, I think they did talk about it in the lead up to Haitian Revolution. Some guy sacrificed a pig, or maybe it's gonna talk about it in a second.
Can you tell me a little bit about being possessed by spirits? How does it feel?
I will not be able to tell you how it feels because when I'm in possession, I am not there. When I wake up, I'm tired. It's like I'm coming from the moon.
Voodoo salutes woman as the divinity of the dream, the goddess of love, the muse of beauty.
The night's final spirit was Azili Danto, the Black Madonna. Before the rebellion, the Haitian slaves sacrificed a black pig to Azili Danto and wrote out their pact for the revolution in its blood.
She is the patron of Haiti, the whole Haiti.
What will it be like when she comes?
Furious, always angry, always like she has a problem with someone, but that's her nature.
The hypnotic spell of the tom-tom's beat, a rhythm that can increase the beating of the heart and control the mind of man.
I think Azili Danto has left the house. I'm still trying to process it.
Beautiful Haiti.
Yep, and notice that they got the Christmas stuff, right? You know, and the star, you know, the 5-pointed star, Star Mulk. You know, I know we talk about the Star of David. We don't really know what that is. You know, I'm just gonna say what the elders say. I don't know about it. We just know that we don't deal with that. That's all I know. Listen, that's certain things. I like to keep my life real simple. You know, I don't worry about too many extra stuff. You know, if they tell me don't do this, I'm not gonna do it. Simple as that. These men have been in here longer than me. I just follow my orders and that's it. And I've been told, and part of our orders out here in the order is that we're not supposed to be messing with the Star of David. You know, we don't really know what that is. You know, no scriptures go into it. You know, and there's one that people like to misinterpret, but it was like talking about menorah. Has nothing to do with that.
How do you feel right now?
I want to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm really tired.
Really tired. Do you remember biting a chicken?
Oh, no, I didn't buy no chicken.
Someday, perhaps.
Yeah, he said, do you remember biting a chicken? You know, because these people have these, you know, these demonic possessions, they become like a whole different person. The demon takes over their mind and stuff. And they just like, oh, what the fuck, what are you talking about? You know, it's like you hear about, you know, all these people, yeah, like multiple personalities and whatever, and they switch the one. That's all demons, bro. You know. Alright, so this is Deuteronomy 32 and 16. Yeah. This is by 32. They remember 32 and 15, but just went back to fact and kicked. That wax fat, that grown thick, that covered fatness. They forsook the Most High, which made him at least steal the rock of his salvation. Pretty much when Jake was starting to have it good, shine, trample down, we turned back, but we still had the land. Lord moved throughout these Canaanites with these 7 nations greater and mightier than thee. Moved out these different Canaanite groups, Jebusites, Girgasites, whatever. When we got the power, we basically turned away from the Most High. And then that's why we are in the position where we're at. We've gotten weaker, through age. We don't have the power like we used to have, the vitality. It talks about King David, jumping over walls and things like that. Our people can't do that. We can still do some pretty amazing things like, 30, 40, fucking inch verticals and shit. Like some really super high verticals. People can run fucking super fast. Crazy explosiveness, and all kinds of shit, but we're still weaker than we once were. They provoked them to jealousy with strange gods, with abominations they provoked them to anger, with these sacrificing to devils, right? Verse 17, they sacrificed to the devils, not the Most High, to gods whom they knew not, new gods that newly came up, whom your fathers feared not, right? They were sacrificing, to them demons, so that were devils, shad, demon. I thought I read somewhere else that it could mean like a goat or something like that. And I thought I saw something like that from a commentary, but it means demons, man. The gods they know not, gods that newly came up, who your fathers fear not. And that's what Levi's doing here. All right, so this is Boyce came in. Wa Kaiman, Alligator Forest. I'm not Haitian at all, man. I don't know a lick of Creole, which is basically just French Ebonics anyway. it's basically it's a it's not true French. It's like French, but I think they mess with the words a little bit. So it's French Ebonics. That's pretty much what it is. At least that's what I hear. It's basically what it is. I'm looking at this from the outside. I have no Haitian blood. I'm not from any island. I honestly, we're all Jakes. I believe that, we come from Jakes, one of them Holy Roman Jakes that were in Europe, and at least that's what I'm praying that it is. That my great grandfather was one of them Holy Roman Jakes, and ran up and all them white women, and passed on that seed line all the way down to me, because I'm not gonna get into it and investigate and get a blood test or whatever, because I don't care, and we're not supposed to. I just have faith that I'm a Jake, and I know in my spirit, man, that I'm a Jake, man. I got them Jake genetics, what I mean? They'd be good at sports and stuff, and I could hang with Jake whenever we would do sports and whatever, so I think I'm a Jake. I truly believe in that. I truly believe that, and the main thing that proves I'm a Jake is that I'm here in this truth, So before the Boyce Bois Kariman ceremony, voodoo rituals were seen as an event, a social gathering where enslaved Africans had the ability to organize. These meetings and opportunities to organize were considered harmless by white slave owners, therefore they were permitted. It's also argued that voodoo created a more homogenous black culture in Haiti. Right? On the night of August 14th, 1791, this is going to be long. This is going to be long. This is going to be a little long here, but, oh well. There's so much info here. All this stuff is good, so I really don't want to like skip it. I'm big on skipping things that's like unnecessary. Maybe we'll cut it off when we get to a certain point. On the night of August 14, 1791, represented slaves from nearby plantations gathered to participate in a secret ceremony held in the woods near Le Cap in the French colony Saint-Domingue, which is, basically, Haiti. See here, Saint-Domingue, western portion, area modern day Haiti. Yeah, so Saint-Domingue right there. I think the whole island was called Hispaniola. There you go. It's been a while since I've got into all of it. But you basically got the Haitian side, and then you had the Dominican side. We know it was pretty much the French, but before then it was the Spanish. Spaniards were down there. I think I talked about this a long time ago. The first uprising over there in Haiti was what was his name? I made a video about him a long time ago, but I forgot his name, man. But it was a Simeonite guy. Can't remember his name right now, but if you look it up, you'll find out some info about him. The ceremony was presided by Dodi Boukman, a prominent slave leader in Hungan, and Cecile Fatimena Mambo, which is pretty much a priestess, Mambo. Olgan is a male priest. I don't know how to say this shit. A witness described the presence of 200 slave Africans at the event. Ceremony said this both religious ritual and strategic meaning as slave Africans met and planned a revolt against the ruling white enslavers of the colonies in the wealthy northern plain. The ceremony is considered the official beginning of the Haitian Revolution. Participants of the boys came in, I'm just gonna say it like that. Some morning was a block highwayman or something, were inspired to revolt against the white oppressors due to their promise to the mysterious woman who appeared during the ceremony, right? The African woman figure had declared Boukman the spiritual chief of the rebellion, right? Which, I believe this is the same thing as Zeli Danto, whatever. That's a demon that they met that basically told them that you gotta fight, The following days, although the plain was in flames, the revolutionists fought against whites who enslaved them to reduce the social disorder of the rebellion. The French captured Boukman and beheaded him. The French then displayed his head on Cap Square to prove his mortality in the French power, right? It's all the curses and things like that, but they were able to win, but they still have the curses on them because even though they so-called won, they really didn't because they're still beholden to the Western powers anyway, Caught in mystery many accounts of the catalytic, they had the sellout class in Haiti that basically sold out. Caught in mystery many accounts, and now they're just, you have a bunch of gangs and shit running the country now, so, curses are curses, man. Caught in mystery many accounts of the catalytic ceremony and its particular details are varied. There are no first-hand witness accounts of what took place that night. This was documented in the white columnist Antoine Dalmas's History of the Saint-Domingue Revolution, published in 1814. Haitian writer Harold Dimsley visited the region, took all the testimonies to write his account of the testimony. Of course, was thought to be the earliest version of the Boy Came On speech made by Dodi Boukman. This God who made the sun and brings us light, for both who raised the sea, who makes the storms rumble. That God is there, do you understand? Hiding in a cloud, he watches us, he sees all that the whites do. The God of whites pushes under crime, but he wants us to do good. Right? The God of the whites, Satan. The God so good orders us to vengeance, to fight their hands and give us help. The image of the God of the whites, he thirsts for our tears, listen to liberty, and speaks in our hearts, in all our hearts. Exactly. Alright. So this is the book of Luke 16. I talk about Lazarus and the beggar, No, not Lazarus and beggar. Lazarus and the rich man. Whoops, the rich man and Lazarus. I'm not gonna get into all this, but the kid that passed the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. Right, the rich man represented, the destruction of America. Abraham's bosom is the chariots, new bodies, forgiveness. He was 23 in hell. He lifted up his eyes, being in torments. Hell just means division, slavery. Those eyes being in torments to see the Abraham far off, Lazarus in his bosom. Slavery, not some other realm, a condition of existence, right? Far off the humans, we kept far away from the Israelites. Lazarus in his bosom. We're not going to be stuck up with you like we are now. We gotta serve you and be, fucking around you and shit. And you know what I mean? Like, make communities and hang in your communities, and then you guys be in our communities. It's not gonna be like that. You guys are gonna be enslaved. Christ said, Father Abraham, mercy on me, son Lazarus. Lazarus, they did the tip of his finger in water. Cool my tongue, for I am tormented in his flame. Right? You saw me with the handle of slavery, but they will have to. So there's not going to be none of that. The Most High is watching these devils, and this is what's ultimately gonna come their way. Let's see if we can find this one. It's the book of Isaiah 47 and 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, 1 hour. Loss of children and widowhood shall come upon thee, perfection of multitude of sorceries, for the great abundance of thy enchantments. We're talking about Esau. That America will be destroyed in 1 hour. Revelation 18, perfection, right? The missiles that will hit this destruction with the targets of perfection, right? Joel 2, 7, and 8. Talks about how the missiles basically won't miss. They're like a mighty man, every man to their way. They're not going to miss. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee. Thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. And that's what they say. And they trust in their wickedness, and their wisdom and their knowledge, their carnal wisdom and their knowledge, and it perverted them, made them, pure evil, but they were always evil, like it was talked about in John 8 and 44. He's talking to the wicked Israelites, but he said, you are your father the devil, wickedness you will be, and he's the father of lies. Talk about Cain and Esau, that same wicked spirit, Satan's, counterpart, physical counterpart on the planet Earth. And that's what basically Esau represents. He represents evil, and destruction, death. Even in Isaiah 26, it talks about Duma. We can get this one again because I'm gonna keep bringing it out. I like to get into this. This is the book of Isaiah 21 and 11. The burden of Duma, he called me, I see a watchman, what of the night, And pretty much Duma is a mystical name of Edom, representing death and ruin. They also say it's Arabia, but it's referring to Edom here. They say it's the southern district of Edom. I read that in a commentary book, an old one. But, it's pretty much what it's going into, But this is going into a bunch of other things. This is all, spiritual. This is all talk about history and things like that. I believe the commentaries talk about with the night. Basically, Esau would had take back-to-back L's, essentially. Not too long after, I think Babylon fucked him over. They were betrayed by the Babylonians, and then after that, they were invaded by the Nabateans, and then they pretty much stayed, invaded by the Nabateans or whatever, and eventually, of course, they got their own power with the Herodians, which Herod. They say he was a general. No, I think it was it Herod or Antipater the Idumean? I think it was Antipater the Idumean. I think he was the one who took a Nabatean princess to wife. I think he was a general under the Hasmonean dynasty, and I believe it was with him through him being, good with the Romans. I think Julius Caesar owed him something or something. I can't remember what it was, but eventually, the rulership was given to his seed line over Judea, and that's where you get the Herodian dynasty set up, which the Edomites are not done away with. Remember, the Edomites actually joined in 70 AD, and they were still, around in Rome, just because Jake, took power in Rome eventually. Didn't mean all the Edomites disappeared. They were still down there. We just had them in subjection, and then that was that. They didn't go anywhere. I mean, and if Edomites are done away with, explain the Moors. Now, Spaniards were originally blonde hair, blue eyed, and now they're, dark hair, brown eyes, brown skin, Remember Tariq Nasheedi was talking about, he said, okay, well, explain to me how them Italian girls be having ass and tits, like how the hell that happened, but how that happened. There's Jake intermixing with them, man, and to be intermixing and breeding out the white woman, and then they get, the curves and shit like that. They have curves like a nigga woman, I explained that, he was saying it in a joking way, but, he's telling the truth. Jake ran up in there, So this excerpt from the official history of Haiti, the Haitian Revolution, serves as a general summary of the ceremony events that occurred. A man named Bookman, another Spike Bookman, another Hungan, I think that's how you say, male priest, organized on August 24th. Oh, you get 6. 1791, meeting of slaves in the mountains of the north. This meeting took the form of a voodoo ceremony. The boys came on the northern mountains of the island. It was raining and the sky was raging with clouds. Slaves started confessing their resentment at their condition. The women started dancing vigorously in the crowd, taken by spirits of Lois. With a knife in her hand, she cut the throat of a pig, distributed the blood to all the participants of the meetings, who swore to kill all the whites on the island. Right? So, scriptures tell us that we're not to vow. And they made a vow to this demon, to this mysterious female, and they cut the throat of the pig, which is an unclean animal, and then distributed the blood, saying that we're all in this together. Despite purported facts and embellishments that dramatize the ceremony, centuries, right, the most recorded anecdote is the sacrifice of the black pig to Zili Dantor by the Mambo Cecile Fatiman. In the pact through his blood, the Dams provide the first written account of the sacrifice, right? And the Zili Dantor is basically like, was it the supreme Haitian matron, all demons, all demonic stuff. Black pigs surrounded by slaves purport to have magical powers, each carrying the most bizarre springs offered the sacrifice to the all-powerful spirit. We all know this is all wicked. The religious ceremony community in which the Negress slit its throat, the degree with which they have believed to have marked themselves on the forehead with blood, the points they attached to owning some of its bristles, which they believe would make them invincible, right? It's witchcraft. Many critics offer the theory that the ceremony never counted at all, Dr. Leon Francis Hoffman theorized events simply have motivational and unitary roles to politically gather allies throughout Haiti, where Hoffman found the narrative to have strong impact on the shape and motivations of these involved in the revolution. Hoffman feels that there's no factual bias for the events occurring. I think it actually happened. The Black Creole pig was sacrificed too, and the symbol of sleep done to the mother Haiti resembles the scarred Dahomey Amazons, meaning our mothers in the farm language. And these are, these are basically a female military regiment. And we know that the law, we're basically not allowed to have females as soldiers. It's unnecessary. Men are made to fight, and plus, men have a protective instinct. Men are the protectors. Females are to, raise the children. They're more supportive and more of a nourishing role, nourishing mother, nurturing role. Not a protector. Who can they protect? Can't even protect themselves. They rely on their fathers first, and then the father passes you off to the husband, and the husband takes over that role of a father. Essentially, there's the ownership of the female. And takes over as a protector. Men, we can protect ourselves. If you want you could go your whole life without a woman, and you can protect yourself just fine. There's these women, they're fooling themselves today, and when these social security checks end, and all these government handouts and all this stuff what Jake does to game the system and whatever, all these food stamps, and when all that stuff end, the scriptures talk about that when the vineyard cease, these women at ease are gonna get it. And also this stuff to deal with the females. Scriptures talk about the silly woman as well, try to deal with these false philosophies. So that's all it is. It was a mix of traditions of the homie. And this had many of the slave Africans, St. Domingo, the Taino, who fed the high mountains of Haiti. Haiti means high mountains of Taino, and they escaped the Spanish, right? These are Northern Kingdom, Jake, basically had everything eventually in time. They were actually working together in the Haitian Revolution, but in time they basically split from each other, and that's where you get things today. We have them basically being hateful of each other. The Dominicans, they hate to mix in with them because they don't want their kids to look darker, and Haiti just don't fuck with Haitians. Just don't fuck with them because the Dominicans have been super fucking racist to them, which that's a problem with the Northern Kingdom in general. It talks about that Ephraim has gone away, let him alone, with the witchcraft and stuff, but also the way they see things, man. They're straight up colorist, man, and there's been all types of people coming out about the colorism in the so-called Hispanic community. If you're not light skin or whatever, they don't fuck with you. If you dark skin, they don't fuck with you, at all. And that's just the way that shit goes. But that's pretty much it. A little bit longer than expected, but a little one in